back here. This is the Lazarus match. Who will be brought back from the dead in order to face off against DRG in that decider match? It could be this guy here, spawning in the top portion of Vani Research Station, representing Root Gaming. It is MaSa. And this opponent, representing My Insanity, it is going to be the blue Protoss player. Surprisingly fighting here from the grave, it is going to be Rain. Definitely one of the favorites to win it all. Recently qualifying for GSL Codes, joining, which is funny, I believe he joined Soxery. So if he wins this, then he joins Soxery in the playoffs of the ASL as well. So yeah, that'd be a very interesting one. And the cool part for him is that it won't even be a team kill. He's gonna go off to face against Jaedong if he wins it all. But remember, DRG is the final boss, as he has been called before, also of this group. So whoever wins this goes on to face against DRG for a shot at getting to the round of 8 of the ASL. So as we do have here, Rain seeming to be very safe once again, opening up with that one gas expand. He's very, very confident in this build. And it didn't really work out for him against Journey. It wasn't necessarily the build that didn't work out against him, didn't work out for him, but you know, Journey just ended up getting the better of him, and even getting the better of the group, advancing into first place. So MaSa though, how is he going to approach this? He's playing against Rain, and he's a player that's known for his aggression. I think TVP might be his weakest matchup, but we'll see how he does approach it. He's gonna go ahead and go for a very greedy build, going in to a triple command center build off of 1 barracks. So does he get the scout off though? He did go in with the Reaper, but didn't confirm that there was a Nexus there. So he doesn't know, but he might be able to assume it. I'm not exactly sure how much MaSa would read into this, but if he does go down there, there's a very good chance that he may never make it out alive with that Reaper. And you know what? He might even lose the Reaper right here. Not gonna do it though, because he did want to save that Reaper. It would have been a big shame if he lost the Reaper trying to get it away without confirming that. But at this point, I think seeing Rain continue to make SCV, or Rain continuing to make those probes, and also, you know, he saw the Stargate. So this is a very scary situation here for MaSa. He is immediately dropping down that engineering bay because he is not going to have the production to deal with an Oracle and 2 mineral lines. So he's going to go with that engineering bay most likely to get that turret, which should be able to fend away an Oracle. But, you know, we've seen these top-class Protoss players that don't really care about the turret every once in a while and just go on in and kill a bunch of SCVs. So I think MaSa doesn't seem to be too scared of it at the moment, as he's making an add-on on his other barracks, continuing to produce Marines 2 at a time, and he's getting two missile turrets in each of the 1 in each of the mineral lines, adding up to 2, surprisingly. So it will be a triple command center build, and if he holds this off pretty nicely, he's going to be in a really nice spot if the follow-up of Rain doesn't come too quickly. So I think Oracle number 1 is on the way. Where will it be going to? The easiest place would be to go to the natural, but when he gets to either of the bases, he's going to realize that there are missile turrets there, even Marines waiting. So it should be 6 Marines right there, able to deal. There's only 5 on one side, but 2 more pop out, and this Oracle is essentially useless for now. But it will serve its purpose in the later stages of the game. If he denies the scouting of that 3rd command center, that is even better. And I think that's what he's trying to do. The way that he put it over there, really good position. Very close. Got to be careful for that. Didn't even want to lose 1 SCV, but he might actually do it with some nice dancing around with that Oracle. Gonna get 2 SCVs already. And now I think we're going to see this Oracle, you know, don't take your eye off it. It has 3 total kills. It's the kind of Oracle that, you know, will go in and pick off a few workers and pop out, instead of just suiciding onto that turret. Rain, though, going immediately for that robotics bay. He doesn't know about the 3rd command center yet, but 2 more gateways are in production. He has stopped production from his Stargate for now. But with that Colossus, we saw him do that 2-base Colossus, getting another worker. See, look at that. Even stopping a supply depot, messing with the macro of MaSa. That is what Rain is doing, and he is going for a very quick 3rd. Boom, right off the bat, just grabbing that 3rd base, getting the robotics bay. And if he shows any signs of playing like he did before, he will drop that Twilight as well. And then if we know if he's going to go into the Forge as well. He didn't go into the Forge last time, but also remember he didn't take the third. So he's probably going to try to go into this macro game. He is such a solid macro player. In the late stages of PvZ, PvT, that is Rain for you. He's incredibly solid in all of his matchups like that. So getting to that stage, as long as MaSa is not going to really do a lot of pressure, I think he'll be able to do quite well here, Rain, as that Oracle goes on in again, getting 8 kills in total. Still keeping it alive. So MaSa may even want to put another missile turret right at the in between those bases, because that seems to be where all the kills are happening, in between the two bases. Not necessarily the mineral line, but this might change right now as he does go over there. And he's getting a third up of his own. MaSa, though, is powering up. He is just getting all of his upgrades. I believe Stim completed, +1 is done. A lot more barracks are on the way. And there is only one starport here at the moment. +1 armor is on the way here for MaSa. He is really far ahead in those upgrades, as Rain has only just now dropped the Forge and begun that +1 attack upgrade. So if he does drop that Twilight, I would assume they would go for Blink once more. But this is possibly a really cool style that I know our boy Leth is very, very fond of, with the Phoenix Colossus style, where you do play quite passively, deal with everything that Terran throws at you, chase down the medevacs when they drop you, and then just go in for this gigantic attack that doesn't really have the most crazy ground army to buffer, but it's just a ridiculous amount of Colossi, and then the Phoenix is able to take out the medevacs and Vikings so that those Colossi aren't able to be taken out. But we'll see what amount of Phoenixes he does stop at. You never know exactly how gym they actually want to get. So once again, Rain's third base actually is all saturated up. MaSa seeing this for the first time and is heading out for a push of his own. The observer placement of Rain is very nice for this map as well. He has one on each side and even kind of placed in a really cool place, but oh, MaSa does see that glimmer and shimmer, and the Phoenixes will patrol the right side, but now the left side is a bit blind. MaSa is going to fly by these observers perhaps, but the problem is he doesn't know that all these Phoenixes are being made. I don't think he has seen them yet, and Rain hasn't really revealed them just yet. So if he boosts on in, Rain might let him drop if he positions his army, and 3 medevacs are going to be a lot to deal with for sure. So he needs an army here. He's not going to take any chances. He's going to go right with the Phoenixes, and MaSa is going to go right on back, dropping immediately. Not going to risk it at all. Even though there's no army there, he has to be very careful, as the left side is under fire as well. Rain playing this pretty, I would say magnificently. It's just keeping the Phoenixes there. The confidence to be able to defend with only the Phoenixes. Because, I mean, yeah, if MaSa drops, he's able to get his units out. And even they can lift up some units if they wanted to. But he didn't want any of that. MaSa did not want any of that at all. So if you look at this, there's no armory yet, I don't believe. Let's look at the structures. No armory. And only 1 engineering bay, double starport. Do you think this is going to work is what I'm asking myself here, as I don't have a co-caster. I was going to be like, do you think this is going to work, Saber? But this is most likely going to be an SCV pull. This is triple command center with double starport production. No Ghost Academy just yet, though, so that does worry me just a bit. If he's not going to continue these upgrades, he is going to fall behind. But if he hits before Storm, that is the ideal time to hit with any type of SCV pull. So how many SCVs will he actually pull with it if he does so? And that many is going to be the case. And that is perfect timing. Rain has already used this hallucinated Phoenix to prepare for this. And you know what? I think a Colossus with Phoenix kind of build isn't really the best thing against an SCV pull. The Phoenixes actually are not that great. They will be able to attack the Vikings, but if MaSa is able to focus down the Colossi, the ground army, there's not a lot of Zealots here just yet. Okay, now they're being here, and Charge is going to finish as well. If Storm finishes as well, then that is the ultimate timing for MaSa. Here he comes, though. MaSa not even missing any beats. He is going right in, not hesitating at all, and it's very hard to tell what is actually going on, but look, all of those Colossi are getting focused down by the Vikings, but the Phoenixes provide so much of that firepower, but the spread of MaSa is looking good. Storm has completed, and this may change. This may turn the tide of the battle. And look at the supply just plummet here for MaSa. As soon as Storm had finished, oh, if only he had hit a few seconds earlier, it may have been different, but now he's getting pushed away. Even with those hallucinated Colossi, he is scanning to make sure that he doesn't shoot the wrong ones, but MaSa, he is actually going to get pushed back without any economic damage done to Rain, really. So I think a really nice push here. Some of the probes were actually pulled there, so it doesn't even matter though. At the end, it was 22 workers killed, and then 43 there for Rain because of the SCV pull. Welcome back, everybody. This is game number 2 of the losers match, the Lazarus match, to see who will go on to face against DRG for a slot in the round of 8 playoffs of the ASL Prime League Season 4. And these two players here spawning on Overgrowth, one of which is this guy, the Blue Terran player representing Canada as well as Root Gaming. It is MaSa. And his opponent up 1 game, feeling it. He's definitely feeling it now. It is the Mayan Sanity representative hailing from Korea, just getting into Code S. It is the Red Protoss Rain. So falling 2-0 to Journey, but now is up 1-0 to MaSa. Definitely 2 different playing styles. MaSa decided to take the more passive route on Vani Research Station and then went for a big SCV pull, but it almost worked. But Storm finished right in time, right at the end of that battle, by the way, too. It was looking really bad for Rain for a second, but then the Storms hit and MaSa ate them both and then just died. That's what happens when you eat the Storms, man. Don't put your tongue inside of electrical sockets, or else you're gonna have a really hurt body, hurt tongue. You might not even have a tongue. So looks like we are going to go into game number 2. It is going to be a barracks. I think we saw something similar, at least in his TVZ, where he went for the barracks into the racks and the barracks into the command center, into the reactor. While Rain kind of has been just doing the same thing, but this is a little different, I think. Nope, it looks to be exactly the same. Gateway, cybernetics core, into the second gas after that core, and the Nexus do come down. So MaSa, getting that Reaper. Just has he gone in yet? Yeah, he did go in, saw a little bit, but he's just kind of playing around there, just chilling. While this probe is going to be able to see the 3 racks of MaSa coming in after this command center. I'm like calling everything wrong. Yeah, look at it. It's a picnic spot, as Saber's saying. Under that, I mean, you don't want to get showered on, you know. He is playing against Rain, so he needs to be very careful with it because he doesn't want to lose it. He needs to use it for that scouting. And I think, I don't even think Rain is going to see that. And yep, his stalkers are at the front. Mothership core a little bit out of position, but that cyber core is placed in a way that the Reaper can't just freely go. And he will see the Twilight Council. May even get a probe here. Gonna get one, and he gets surrounded, unfortunately. But getting that, I mean, that's what you do with that Reaper. That's scouting info. You know exactly. Well, you don't know exactly, but you have an idea now that it could be potentially a very quick 2-base blink. But, you know, it could also be this, which is the Dark Shrine. So will MaSa be preparing for that, or is he going to be just thinking that it's going to be blink and then bunker up, forget the turret, and just die? MaSa hasn't dropped down an engineering bay just yet. And he just dropped a mule. I am wondering, these stalkers are going to run into these Marines, and they could kite them all the way back to the base. What Rain needs to do right now, I would assume, is to get one of his probes out. Oh my god, I didn't even see this one. In the bottom right of the map, you're going to see a probe. Able to put that proxy pylon down. May even be a bit cheekier and put it closer if he really wants to. But MaSa is pushing on with a bunch of Marines. He needs to be very careful, though, as he isn't going to have anything at home, and he doesn't even have a turret yet. The engineering bay is done, and I'm wondering if he's expecting an Oracle to come in, because he has a few Marines inside of his mineral line, but I don't think he's read into the DTs just yet. Full-tone overcharge is going to go down, and MaSa only sees 3 stalkers, and Rain even warping in another stalker, making it look like it is going to be that. The Mothership core does go down, though, and I think MaSa's feeling pretty good right now, but little does he know that there are going to be DTs warping in very soon. And I think that was a really smart move from Rain, showing that he wanted to warp in another stalker, even though it cost him a little bit of gas. I don't think that MaSa's going to think that it's going to be DTs, because he just dropped double mule. He just dropped double mule, and there is a turret going down. Really smart move from MaSa. And the DT is here. He's did he actually do some damage, or did he just sneak by? No way. That DT just snuck on by. He is inside of the main right now, getting a bunch of SCV kills. And perfect timing of a DT, forcing the mining to be stopped at the main. He may even get that add-on, but not before Stim is completed. But Rain was hoping for it, but he's not going to get that just yet. That scan is mighty ways away. Well, it's actually only 2 energy away, but is she going to get it? Gets the concussive shell, as well as Marauder production. That was the only tech lab that was on any barracks at that point, so he is going to be able to force that concussive shells to be researched another day. But he does get the DT, but the DT got quite a few kills, got a good scout, and even got an add-on, so I would say that it did pay for itself. MaSa, though, is going to be transitioning into what we see to be, I would say, just the straight-up bio, maybe even adding in some Widow Mines with this, but he does have his medevacs on the way. Warp Prism trying to get a little bit of sneaking in. There now goes a turret down inside of the main. But whoa, Rain, be careful. Don't fly that into that group of Marines or you might lose them all. And MaSa, though, he's just defending at the moment. Rain got a bit of damage done with the DTs. Didn't overcommit to them either. And I already love that he has that robotics facility that he used for the Warp Prism. Already down is that robotics bay. I don't know if the extended thermal lancet is not done just yet. He hasn't started it, but he is starting to produce Colossi. It may feel like he just needs the units in order to defend. MaSa's falling behind drastically in supply right now. It's mainly in the worker count, though, I would assume. Yeah, 15 worker lead Rain has right now. A 15 worker lead. It's not really going to do too much off of 2 bases, but if he's able to get a 3rd base up and then even defend any kind of push that MaSa hits him with, then he's going to be in a great position here. So keep in mind that it is really the army value. Oh no, the army value of Rain is actually better. But is it? I don't even know if it's the quality of the army too. 4 Warp Prisms are... Oh, imagine that. 4 Zealots and a Warp Prism are going to go into the main here of MaSa while he's trying to push. And this is every Terran's nightmare. When you're pushing out and all of a sudden Zealots start warping into your base, you got to make a choice here, MaSa. He's sitting there and hasn't really reacted just yet with his army that's outside on the map. So the DT is also here too. The turret is going to get taken out, and oh my god, I don't think there's a scan. Not yet, but there will be soon. MaSa going to go ahead and try to attack with the little force, but what is that little force going to do against this 2 Colossi that they don't have the extended thermal lance yet, but that is nothing, man. Yeah, try again. Not going to happen at all. So DT is still inside of the base of MaSa. Ran outside of the scan range. There is a scan available again, though. Does he really want to use it with all of this mining getting lost? Oh my god. That was a different DT. The DT that is still in the mineral line is outside of the scan range, but there is a turret that is being made. Is MaSa going to be able to get this turret up in time? The SCV does get taken out, and MaSa can't do anything on the other side of the map either. So not only is he not doing any damage, but he's taking massive amounts of damage inside of his own base. Oh no, MaSa doesn't have a triple command center here. He's down to 36 workers again. And Rain is just taking a 3rd, and he feels like he can even take on the world. Look, he's going to go ahead and go for that medevac. This 3rd base is going up from Rain, and he doesn't even have to do anything. He doesn't have to push. He has 3 bases on the way against a 2-base Terran, who is supply blocked, mind you, and can't even drop any mules. The damage that's being done is not even just all of the SCVs that are dying. It's really the supply block that's happening and the scans that are being forced. I have never seen so many scans to be forced out. This is absolutely nuts, man. Wow. Well, MaSa feeling like he needs to do what he does best, gonna load up some medevacs to go ahead and try to drop on the other side of the map. And he also has a drop on the right side. Not really able to get much done because of these stalkers. They do have the blink upgrade already done, and +1 armor is getting done, so we will see some zealots getting mixed into this at some point, I would assume, although armor does help everything for the most part. It's just that they don't really help archons, so I wonder if we're even going to see any more DTs get morphed into those archons. Uh-oh, MaSa going in for some probes. It can't get that Nexus. He really wants it, but he's just not going to be able to do it, and I think another drop went into the main at the same time. And you know what happened, boys? It didn't make it. It's gone. There's no more. The drop has been taken out. Everything that MaSa is trying to do right now is getting absolutely swatted by Rain at the moment. And now he has a 3rd base over a Terran player who is struggling to even mine off of 2. This is an incredible lead here for Rain. I don't, MaSa has to really make something crazy happen here, and he's trying his hardest. That's the thing about it. Like, you can't say that he's sitting back at home and just taking it and not really getting anything done. Every time he tries to go in, he just gets swatted away. Everything. Rain has like the eyes of yeah, he has everything. Not Overlord, but I even called an Observer an Overlord, and then I called an Overlord an Observer by accident before. Apologize about that, but you know what I meant. He has really good vision around the map, with whether it be from this War Prism flying around the Observer. But other than that, that's pretty much it, actually. So maybe he doesn't have the best vision, but he does have the watchtowers, at least, with those DTs. MaSa is going to get that third base down, and this is him being scared if he even wants to drop another mule in his life, because who knows when those DTs are going to come back. Really nice move, though, MaSa. Getting a Viking to shoot away this War Prism on the left side of the map, and I think it is going to go down. Doesn't have anything in it, though, so but it will go down. This is not the end, though. Rain pushing on out. Charge is already done. +1/+1 is already done. +2 armor is on the way, but does MaSa even have the force to deal with this? He has to try to defend his third, and I don't even think he realizes that Rain pushing out with 5 Colossi that have extended thermal lance. There's a DT at the watchtower that could join the fray if he really wanted to, but this third base, there is just no possible way. I just can't see it surviving right now. Look at the amount of ground units that Rain has, and there's not even that many of these Vikings. They're trying to get something done, but the Blink Stalkers will take them out. This command center is under fire. It might go down as well, but yeah, oh my god, with some of these SCVs in the fray. Good Widowmine hit from MaSa, getting the shield off of a lot of those Zealots, but this just might be it. There is so much here from Rain. The Zealots swarming in as if they were Zerglings, and that doesn't even matter. GG will be called. Rain takes the series 2-0.